Hello, the internet. Welcome back to the Enlightened Savage. I'm D, and wow, I've been off the map for a hot second, and I'm going to address that. But first, more to the point of this video, I thought it was a good idea with the November ballots out of the way to get back on and update you with any news, information, or details that I think are relevant to the outcome. The initial couple details are going to be of a more personal nature, and I think first things first, I should address the elephant in the room. Actually, I think the elephant is the room. I'm talking about the set change. Well, I did what most people want to do when an election goes down and their picks don't quite make it. I left. Yeah, straight ghosted. I drove down to Florida, did some thinking, slept on the beach. For real, slept on the beach. And that's how I know no-see-ums are a thing that exist on this planet. Word to the wise, no-see-ums are tiny, flying, biting insects that live on the beach. They're most active during dawn and dusk, and they want to eat you until you are dead. Hey, if The Walking Dead has become dissatisfying with Andrew Lincoln gone, just drive down to the coast and get immersive. This is where I'm going to be staying for the next 3 months, but I am still a Missouri resident and I am still going to be covering Missouri issues, and that actually leads me into the second update. I've been making videos for about a year now, with, let's call it less than stellar results. It's cool though, I've been doing it for me, and anyone else who cares, anyone who wants to know. With the ballot being so important to Missouri, as well as to the country as a whole, I thought it was important that people be armed with the facts, the information surrounding what they're voting on. I thought I'd put out that series of videos and I would get a few views, and I was happy with that. I was happy to make a difference in the political process for a few people. I was happy to inform just a few people about it. I was overjoyed by the number of views I received. I was so happy to help so many people be active participants in their government that I went out to Trader Bob's in St. Louis and got myself a tattoo to commemorate getting 500 views on my videos in 1 week. Prematurely, it turns out. I got that tattoo on day 5. By day 7, I had received over 1,500 views on these videos. Words cannot express how much that means to me and how grateful I am to you just for paying attention. I'm not monetized. I'm not making any money off of this, and I'm not going to. Not with those numbers. But those numbers, I am so happy with those numbers. If I can keep those numbers and keep that many people caring about what's going on, then I feel like this is worth doing. This is a passion of mine. I love politics, and I have since I was 14. I love having a part to play in our government. Slowly but surely, though, that part is being diminished, mostly by ourselves and our own doing. I didn't get a lot of comments on those videos, but I did receive a few, and a handful of them were thanking me for helping them understand the ballot a little bit better. That means that I did help some people understand what they were voting on. I did help some people become more active participants in their government, and just that little bit is enough to keep me going on this. So thank you. Thank you very much. And that leads into update number 3. You think with these ears I could be deaf? Oh, I heard you loud and clear. You want to know what's going on in your neck of the woods. You want to know about issues that you can actually do something about. Because you care what's going on in Missouri. And as an adopted son of Missouri myself, I need you to care about that. Especially since I'm here. I'm in Broward County, Florida right now, and there is a lot going down in Broward County right now. Just the other day, the governor announced that he would not be accepting the new, recounted, more accurate gubernatorial vote because they were 2 minutes past their deadline, despite the recount being done in one of the most populated counties in America, and despite Broward County coming in a day under what it usually takes them to do a recount. The state attorney general is threatening to close Florida's borders if the immigrant caravan of asylum seekers reaches Texas. Parkland was still a thing that happened. There's just a lot to cover. But I am going to keep an eye on Missouri. I'm going to let you know about any news or any problems, any issues, any corruption that I see that you should know about and you should be able to do something about. And that leads into the fourth and final thing I want to say on this video. You did this. Powerful Missouri. Yeah, I like to think that I had a hand in influencing a few people's vote. I saw a need, so I filled it. I got a camera, I said some stuff. I told you some things. Thanks. But you went out on election day, and because you did, everything passed. Everything I really wanted to pass made it. Because of you, we now have marijuana available to sick and hurting people who could make good use of it. We now have a tighter rein on our elected officials, at least on a state level, and we can help keep them just that much more honest. Because of you, Nana Greta can finally enjoy her bingo game in peace without feeling like a burden on the one worker who's been there for 2 years and has to make arrangements to take care of her 3 kids every Wednesday night because she's the only person who can call the game. True, Proposition C and D didn't pass, but Proposition C was just a little button on Amendment 2, and Proposition D was something that I wasn't all that enthusiastic about anyway. Here, pardon me for interrupting myself. You may notice that this clip looks a little different compared to the rest of the video, and that's because this is done at a later time than the original recording. I forgot to mention a couple of important things in the original recording, and I needed to pop back in and let you know about them. First thing, Arkansas voted to increase its minimum wage to $11 an hour by 2021, and Michigan and Utah both voted to legalize medical marijuana in the November 2018 ballot. So I wanted you to know that Missouri is in great company. We are not a standalone state. We haven't done anything radical. Actually, there were many clean government bills similar to Amendment 1 that passed in multiple states this year as well. Because of you, the good was done in Missouri. You guys get all the credit. I would give you a hand, but the acoustics in here are like a sewer pipe. But it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Yeah, you made some changes, and that's great, but now you know you can make those changes, and there is no excuse for you to stop now. Thank you for watching, and in the next video, we are going to get into some more public and concerning things to come out of the November ballot. I've been D, you've been awesome, big kiss.